Hello everyone, this is Calvin, Professor C here. So in case this is the first time you watch the video in my channel is all about helping new mortgage agent making more money faster. If that's you, you are at the right place. So anyway, right now is June and there is actually something I think is important, but it is not very publicly announced during June, and in fact in June 1st, right? There's something important that has been implemented that will affect you and your client, but not a lot of people know that, even in the industry. So today I'm going to tell you, and by the title of my YouTube video, you probably know that it is about first-time home buyers incentive. Now this program has been launched for a couple of years, but has never been very popular, especially in the GTA like Toronto area or Vancouver area, because the program itself has a lot of limitation that is to me not quite suitable for the Toronto and Vancouver market. It may be more suitable for some smaller markets, but not Toronto, not Vancouver. So about a year ago in May 2021, they have made some adjustment to the first-time homebuyer incentive program specifically for Toronto area, Vancouver area, and Victoria in British Columbia. However, I still think that the program is still not very useful in those markets. I have made individual video about the original first-time homebuyer incentive program as well as the update, and I will share it at the end with a link at the end of this video. Okay, so if you want to watch those and get to know the detail about the whole program, you can watch it at the end, get the link. Okay, but today I'm going to tell you about the update that has been implemented on June 1st, 2022. So let's look at what has changed. Okay, so this website, even though it looks like a website that is from nobody, it actually is from the official CMHC website. So it's called praise2callhome.ca. I don't know, like I don't think this website name is very attractive, but it's called praise2callhome.ca. So this is the official website from Government of Canada, CMHC, whatever you call it. Okay, now we are today only specifically look at this update, which they didn't even have a date. Well, they kind of have a date, but not. But actually is implemented on June 1st. So, in order to know the update, let me give you back a little bit of how the original program works. So, if you are a first-time buyer and you fit into those criteria, they have some criteria, then the government will actually give you some money to use as down payment. So either 5% or 10%. In our example, we use 5%. So, I have an example here to tell you everything, but let's say 5%, right? So here, let's look at this. If you buy the house, let's say at $500,000, and the government gives you 5% as an incentive for the down payment, and 2 years later you sold your house at $600,000, which is not impossible if you are in 2020, 2021 during the COVID year. It is quite possible, in fact. And you sell it, you made $100,000. Now the original program, which is what I call old rules, you just pay back 5%. You have to pay back 5% of whatever the selling price is, because you borrow 5% from them, right? They give you an incentive of 5% of your original purchase price. So you need to give them back 5% of the selling price. So $600,000, 5% of that would be $30,000. Simple math, right? What is the new rules? The new rules is calculation is the same, except there is a maximum gain of 8% a year and not compounded. What that means just means that you sold your house after 2 years, 16%, all right? 8% a year, 2 year, 16%. That's it, right? So they say, oh, it's good news for you because now instead of, let's look at this, right? The new rules, if you sell that, the maximum we pay is 16%, which I just tell you is 8% times 2 years. So the maximum you need to pay, we pay, is $25,000 that you get from them times 1.16 is $29,000. So instead of we paying $30,000 under the old rules, now you need to only repay them back $29,000. Wow, good news. And they even bold it here. That means the participants may be able to keep more when their house increase in value. Wow. I was wondering why they did not announce it on the front page of all the newspaper and all that if such a good news is, is implemented, because that's normally what they tell you, right? When they launch this program, it's all over the news. But this good change, good news to homeowner, actually quietly implemented without any headlines and all that stuff. Why would that be? Okay. If you look at the time of the implementation, it will give you some hints. It is implemented in June 1st, 2022. If you are watching this on the YouTube a couple of years later, you may not remember, but I'm telling you, the housing market in Canada actually peaked February to March 2022. By the time June 1st comes, the house price actually dropped, and it looks like it will continue to drop in the near future. So if we continue to read this website, we will see that, hey, not only we have a maximum gain, but we also have a maximum loss of 8% when you repay. What does that mean? I'm surprised they didn't even do an example like myself. And to be honest, I do some research online and I don't see anyone doing the example that I do. So I don't know. Anyway, that's why you watch my video. That's why I give you the example. So if you read this section, you will know why the government didn't announce it with all the headlines, news, and all that. Because let's say after 2 years, the house that you purchased 2 years ago for $500,000, now you sold it for a loss. You sold it at $400,000. You lose $100,000 after 2 years, which who knows, right? 2 years later, 2024, you look back and you tell me what the real estate market is doing. But YouTube is good. You can always check back. Under the old rules, again, you have to pay back 5% of your selling price, because you get 5% when you buy the house. So 5% of $400,000 is $20,000. That's what you should pay them. Okay. under the new rules, the maximum loss that the government is willing to go is 8% a year, or in 2 years, 16%. And in that case, that means $4,000, because I should actually put down how I come up with the $4,000. So $25,000 times 16% is $4,000. So I should put here $25,000 times 16%. That $25,000 is the original amount that you get. So the maximum loss is $4,000. So instead of the old rules $20,000, which they lost, actual loss is $5,000. The government say no. I don't care what the market is doing. I'm not. If it crash, investment term is called cut loss, right? Stop loss. I'm stopping my loss at 8% a year. So that means the maximum loss they can have is $4,000. And that means under the new rules, you actually have to repay $21,000, which is here. So you see, that's why these rules, even though if the market is going up, it actually can limit the amount of money you repay. But if it is going down, if the market is going down, you actually have to pay back more than under the original rules. And it is, I don't know, conspiracy theory tell me that why would they implement this when the market start to go down? Right? They probably want to limit their loss more than, limit their gain. Am I correct? You tell me on the comment, right? Anyway, they do kind of benefit the purchaser, like the up market a little bit for you, because they say that if you actually have gain in these few years, they will retroactively go back to the original implementation date of the original program, which is September 2, 2019, right? And if you actually have a loss, the start date is June 1st, right? So the dates, they give you a little bit of incentive, but I don't think it matters a lot anyway. So that's the that's what has implemented in on June 1st, 2022. As I said, there is not a lot of announcement going on, not front page newspaper, not a lot of banks are talking about it. I think it is because it is pretty sensitive. Anyway, now that you have watched the video, you probably know a lot more on this topic than other agents that have not watched this video. And what does it mean? It means that you are more knowledgeable than them, and that also translates to you will get business easier, because your client always wants a mortgage agent that is more knowledgeable. Am I correct? Right? So hopefully you like this video. As I say, by now you should see the two links that that is on the screen for the original video about the first implementation of the first home buyer incentive program, and then the update. And I hope you enjoy it. And I will see you next month. Thank you.